Hello everyone, my name is America Stephanie Revere. I am from Houston, Texas, and I'm a second year medical student. Welcome to my Q&A. One thing that I'd really like to mention really quick is that a year ago is when I had my first Q&A, and around that time I had pretty much just started my channel and I had 1,900 subscribers, and right now I have over 19,000. So thank you so much. I obviously wouldn't be here without any of my lovely, wonderful subscribers. I love you all so much, and thank you for giving me this wonderful part of my life that is YouTube, and I just thank you so much. You'll never know how much I appreciate you guys sticking around. I asked you for questions on Snapchat and you responded. I have them on my laptop and I'm getting ready to start. PRI2A59 asks, how often do you study? So in medical school, you pretty much have to study every day if you want to survive. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to do well, you have to study every day. And yes, that could mean Sundays and Fridays, but I pretty much make sure I don't study on Saturdays. So that's nice. So I study about 2-3 hours a day on top of going to lecture in the morning from 8 to 12. And that's on a good day. It's a lot of information, like a lot. You have to do the lectures. You can either do them online or you can go to class. Every lecture pretty much has book reading that goes with it. So that's all fair game to be on the exam. And if you're an amazing student, you do the reading in the book. However, I go to class, and if there's some pre-reading, like a document attached to the lecture, I'll read that. But if it's like read 245 through 270 in the book, not so much. Hamad Levana asks, was med school everything you thought it would be, or do you slightly regret going? I honestly thought med school was going to be way worse. I was so completely convinced that I would go into autopilot all through medical school, and that I would wake up as a doctor having wasted 4 years of my life, not knowing where the heck it went, completely wasting it, reading in a book. I turned into a robot. I felt nothing for 4 years, and then I go into residency and feel nothing for another 4 years, and that I'd finally just be a doctor and have wasted all my 20s. And so when you have that kind of mindset and you go into medical school, like, you will be pleasantly surprised, because that's not what med school is like. I'm not just an autopilot in front of the camera right now. I'm living, breathing, enjoying life every second since I've been in medical school, except for finals weeks. No. I think that's a really giant misconception, is that you waste 4 years of your life. I don't even know what that means anymore, but I used to think that. No, like what else would you do in your 20s? You would either work at a desk office, or you'd work or live at home with your parents. You're working a 9-to-5 job pretty much just like I am. So you're not missing out on anything, and plenty of my students travel and visit family and everything still. So please don't worry or think that life ends when you go into medical school. It doesn't. So I don't regret medical school, to answer the original question. And I love it, and I don't know where else I would be, because this is my passion. I'm more passionate about this passion than I was before I realized how hard it was. So it's awesome, and if you really want to do it, please don't be scared and go for it, because you can do it. BYUN Cat asks a very common question that I get all the time. How do you afford medical school? So the government kind of gives you money and you use that to live, and then after medical school you pay the government back. For example, me and my classmates who don't have outside help, we take out the max $40,000 from the government every year of medical school. Tuition is about $25,000 and rent is about $600 to $800 a month. Some students take out that extra money for whatever happens, like an accident were to happen, or car problems, or furniture. Like, you need money for lots and lots of things, you will soon realize. The same person asks, who's your new boo? So let me go ahead and explain. I haven't really talked about this person. If you've watched any of my past videos, especially about relationships or whatever, I have been a girl who is very smart, is very sweet, is a lot of things that you don't expect in a person who's experienced a lot of heartbreak. I was single for a very long time, and for a while I was almost convinced that You know, I'm probably going to be single for a very, very, very long time because I can't find a dude with any type of respect that he would like to give me. I thought that for maybe a day or two, and then that's when I met my current boyfriend. And so yes, I am currently in a relationship. I don't really know how much I like to talk about it because I just want girls to know that you don't have to have a man to be happy. Happiness is a way of being. It's not something you gain from a person or a thing. And I just feel like there's so many reasons girls feel like they need a boy to be a good whole girl or to be happy. And I don't want to be one of those role models. I want you to know that you don't need a man. I have a boyfriend and I'm completely happy without him. And unfortunately, to my feminismness, I am very happy with him as well. He's in my class, he goes to medical school, he's about a year older, he's super just crazy, like he's president of his org, and he was president of his fraternity in college, and he was captain of the soccer team now in medical school, and he's published like 2 papers at least, and he's in so much research, and he's in work study, and he's just crazy, honestly. I don't know how he does anything. One thing that he doesn't do is go to class, so I like to think that that's kind of where I shine in the relationship. I met him in the beginning of the year, during first year, and I never really saw him, honestly, at all. But apparently he liked me, and I never noticed, obviously, because I guess I was paying attention to other people who turned out to be a waste of time. Finally realized that this guy was okay, gave him a shot, and now I am completely enamored. He is so sweet, so smart, so amazing, so understanding, so patient. Yes, we've only been dating for I think like 3 months now, so it's nothing to get crazy about. But yes, I do have a boyfriend and it is super awesome. If you feel like there's no good guys left in the world, there are. It just takes forever to find them. Kayla Hilland asks, how do you keep from getting lonely or depressed when you have to study all the time? I really struggle with this. And I have to say, Kayla, that I have definitely felt that before. I almost wanted to drop out of college one time because my friend was not in college and she was really big into raves. And man, her life was like Project X, like every day. We were both like 19, 18 years old, and I just watched how amazing her life was. She went places, met people, did things, and I was taking organic chemistry at the time and just hating life. I really was. Like, I really felt like I was missing out. I don't really know what else to say other than it pays off. It's really hard to say that to somebody who really is depressed about having to study all the time, that one day it will pay off, but like it will, because now she kind of has to start from the beginning, whereas I've already gotten this far and I kind of already know where I'm going and I'm headed towards a life that is secure. Whereas people who kind of, you know, did other things after high school, like partied and whatnot, they're kind of where you were at, but now at 23 or 24. Very common to feel lonely and sad about having to study when everybody else is having fun, but they're gonna have to put in that work someday, and you're just doing it now. But one day you're going to be free. You're going to have that job. You're going to have that great income, and you're going to be able to do more than they ever have thought about. And hopefully they will get there too, obviously. We're all in this. I study when you study, when she studies, when he studies, and all over the world there are people studying. So do not feel lonely. Realize that this is for something. Hard work never is wasted. You are indeed not alone. The next question is, how did you meet your boyfriend? I don't remember how we met. All I remember is the first time we really hung out, I helped him study for a final, and he ended up failing the final because apparently he was never able to concentrate, and of course, I aced it. Xavier asks, what is the best experience that you've had over the last year? Well, I think one of the best experiences was this summer. I went blonde, and then the next week I got calyx, and the next week I went on a study date with this guy. So it was kind of like my life was stagnant for like a year into medical school, and then out of nowhere everything changed. So that was really awesome and a new change of scenery for my life. Isabella with a Y asks, What did you major in undergrad, and has it been helpful for medical school? I majored in nutritional sciences in undergrad, which I think has been extraordinarily helpful in medical school, because in nutrition you learn a lot about obesity, vitamins. For instance, right now I'm in GI, and so I don't really need to learn again how chylomicrons or sugar is absorbed or proteins are absorbed, because it was just all I learned in undergrad. So it definitely really helps, and if you are considering it, I would definitely recommend it. Rang Ho Deb asks, has your specialty interest changed since you've been in medical school? So when I went into medical school, I wanted to be a reproductive endocrinologist. That changed when I saw my first live birth. Then I thought I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. That changed when I realized I may not be smart enough to get into plastic surgery residency. Then I thought, okay, well maybe I try psychiatry. And then that changed when I shadowed as a psychiatrist. And then I decided, well, maybe I'll like being a neonatologist. And that sounds really good right now, but so does dermatology. But the thing about dermatology is that you have to be extremely smart to be in that. So only time will tell how my grades become and if that will be a possibility for me. Sophie M97 asks, what's the best and worst thing about being in medical school? So the best thing about being in medical school is that you become the most educated, talented, knowledgeable person that a lot of your friends and family know. And you use that power to heal people, make them feel better, put their minds at ease, and you just have so much power that develops over time. You don't even know where it comes from. Like, I had my aunt ask me why her baby has jaundice and that if it's okay, and I answered her, and I knew. You just don't even realize that you become this smart and this helpful to everyone around you. And it's a super awesome power to have, and I love that about being a medical student. The worst thing about medical school is definitely feeling like you can't ever just take a break. Like, I always have to do something. Even when I'm studying for class, even if I've done that, I have to do research. And even if I've done research, I have to do my extracurriculars. And even when I haven't done that, I have to do my hair and dress nice. And even when I haven't done that, I have to do adult things like pay rent, take care of my car, or take care of my computer, or clean the house, or clean up after this guy's mess. And after all of that, can you go to sleep? Obviously, you do have free time, but there are some days where it feels like I just want a break. I'm so tired of being awake and doing things. When you get to sit down on the couch and watch TV, that is a good day. They don't come around often in medical school, unfortunately. You know, luckily you don't do a lot of that, because if you were sitting on the couch watching TV all the time, you wouldn't be going anywhere in life. But when you get to do nothing with your life, I always make sure to take advantage of that moment and do nothing. Okay guys, so this video is getting pretty long already. Hopefully I answered all of your questions. If you have any more questions, please leave comments below, and I'll be sure to answer as many as I can in this video. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye everyone!